Hello, my name's Michael Mazarang. I'm a crawl space air quality specialist here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and today I'd like to talk about a house we recently fixed using a multifaceted solution. This particular home was unique as it had subsurface water penetration combined with rampant moisture release, elevated relative humidity which translated to elevated dew point levels, and massive condensation problems. The following video will be a step-by-step narrative as we progress through the project. I hope you enjoy the video today. Standing in front of the house from the street, the house was obviously constructed on a sloping lot or basically on the side of a hill. The garage is located on the back side of the footprint or at the high side of the property. The builder attempted to reroute drainage along the left and right sides of the house out towards the street. Inspection of the crawl space revealed massive water intrusion coming up underneath the garage foundation, underneath the basement wall, and up into the crawl space from above grade. Elevated moisture readings were also discovered. I took a wood moisture reading at 3 random spots, and I got 20 plus at all 3 locations. The customer, concerned about storing items up underneath the house, obviously wanted to utilize the advantage of storage inside this crawl space. First, we had to solve the massive drainage problems underneath the house. We decided to install a network of 4-inch drain tiles around the perimeter foundation of the house, connected to a series of laterals out to the right front corner of the crawl space where an existing footing drain exists. We had to modify the existing footing drain to be a true gravity discharge line. We took the gravity discharge line out to the front of the house. Once online, we started to drain hundreds, perhaps thousands of gallons of water out towards the street. Over the next 36 hours, we allowed the trapped moisture up underneath the house to drain out to the street. After 3 days, we returned to the site and began to install our moisture control program. To stop the moisture release from the soil, we needed to install a sensible vapor barrier. The customer wanted to use the crawl space for storage, so we recommended using a drainage matting base layer. Drainage matting is a great product as it creates a buffer between the soil and the new white cap vapor barrier or white cap liner, creating a sandwich of material that's basically puncture resistant. Once installed, the customer can drop storage items, wheelbarrow, lawnmower, tools of that nature, can drop on top of the liner and not puncture it. With the white cap combined with the drainage matting base layer, we were able to give this client a lifetime guarantee for ripping and tearing of the liner. As we proceeded through the install, we rolled out the drainage matting base layer to cover all the soil, and we cut it neatly around the crawl space piers. As we proceeded to the next stage of the install, all unused crawl space vents were blocked with insulation board and foam. We also had a penetration between the main crawl space and the secondary crawl space, which is located under the porch. We need to block this particular hole in the wall as we don't want the 2 air masses to intermingle. We chose to install a fake door, or what we call an insulation board with handles, to block this penetration between the 2 crawl spaces. As we continued to install the liner, you can see from the photographs, the crew took great care to make sure the mechanical connections were neat and clean around the piers and to the connections on the outside wall. We have a 6-inch overlap on all seams and a generous amount of sticky tape to tape down all the seams. Most of the wrinkles were able to work out over the course of the installation. A 20 mil liner is available, which would show less wrinkles. Overall, the installation looked great and the client was very pleased with the results. Stage 3 was to install the Atmox controlled ventilation system. Because we are crawl space experts, we're able to utilize the latest technology in crawl space humidity control. The Atmox controlled ventilation system utilizes a dew point controlled system. We decided to use a louvered intake and exhaust system here to take advantage of the full sealed crawl space capacity, as well as initiating fresh air into the space when conducive for exchange. Since we utilize the outside air as the main function of the primary circuit, we were able to go up to Lowe's and buy an aftermarket dehumidifier to use on the secondary circuit. The dehumidifier backup system actually saves power as the main system works on low voltage. The Atmox controller installed inside the crawl space here controls the interior-exterior fans as well as the dehumidifier. This translates to improved air quality, and I can do the same kind of a guarantee as a traditional sealed crawl space. The system actually utilizes both the best of both worlds, as when the fans are in a dormant state, the louvered system actually closes behind. If the air is drier outside than the crawl space, the Atmox controller senses that and will utilize that outside air. If it's too damp, it'll move to the secondary system, which would operate the backup dehumidifier. This dew point controlled system was actually designed by a NASA engineer. The software inside the box is very complex and can control the system with the highest standards in the industry today. With the combined system, now I can give this customer a guarantee for relative humidity levels, dew point levels, and wood moisture. After 1 week, the wood moisture readings had dropped to 12% and the relative humidity was under 65%, which I was able to guarantee to the customer. The client was very happy with the results. I hope you enjoyed this narrative today on crawl space science. This particular home had multiple challenges. Your situation may not be nearly as progressed. I promise to do a very impartial, objective analysis of your house and give you a fair repair estimate. Please call me today at 704-787-6972, and I'll be glad to share my 20 years experience in the industry with you. I look forward to your call today. Have a good day.